I absolutely understood what he meant.
I think the problem was the top hat.
It could have been the top hat, but that's such a less good story. But yes, it could have been the top hat. So I think this notion of like it's absolutely true, it's absolutely meaningful, it's absolutely made up. At the same time, is I think is something those characters that I play are sort of straddling.
I was wondering while watching it, were you a smoker when?
Yeah.
Did you smoke with that amount of delectation in your first?
No, that I brought into it. But yeah, no, I was a fierce smoker. I mean, there was no way this guy wasn't going to smoke because. And then I quit during one of.
There's a sequel to that, isn't there?
There's a sequel. I quit in the middle of Barcelona, and now it has a rider in his contracts to all of his actors that you're not allowed to. If you started the movie smoking, you must continue smoking. Because I turned into an asshole.
No, you just seem unhappy.
And you've since you've worked with other first-time directors, and you've been a first-time director yourself on a fine film, I should add. And do you find retrospectively you can think back to that shoot and see, you know, that there was something unique about you know, that shoot in particular?
Oh, I think Metropolitan was incredibly unique.
Yeah.
Given its subject matter, given the both artistic and intellectual kind of attack on the piece, I don't know that anything really rivals it. I love working with first-time directors because you're all in it together and you're just trying to figure it out, and it isn't business. Yeah. It's not. It hasn't been so codified that now it's just business. It becomes a huge kind of exploration, and it becomes really interesting and fun.
Was Kicking and Screaming the same kind of production?
It was really different. It was
more money.
I don't know. I think he said competitively. I think adjusted for inflation for those 4 years or whatever it was between, it was probably an equal amount of money. But on that film, there was a group of friends of which I was not a member. I became one, but who had all worked together and had a sort of shorthand with each other. Whereas we
never worked in audiovisual media.
None of us had done anything, and I think that is a little bit of a trial by fire in its own way.
Did you do any cramming before
Yes.
before you hit the set?
Yes, I did.
Might I ask what your curriculum was?
I got to chapter 9 and had to direct a movie, and the 9th chapter was screen direction. And I was always out of geometry, and at a certain point I just said to John Thomas, the cinematographer, you just please figure this out, because there's all this about 180 degrees and 170 degrees, and if they're going to end up facing each other or not facing each other. I think I understand.
You learned to delegate.
Yeah. The problem was my only film course was a night course at NYU, Continuing Education, and I didn't sign up in time for the second part of the course, which was sound. I tried to audit it for a few classes, and then fortunately I started asking to listen to the sound of a recording, because he was a good guy, but I think that he was harried by the production, and we had to kind of really start watching the sound. And if the sound was bad in moments, everyone thinks it's the theater or the print or something, but no, that's bad sound.
Well, yeah, we also were picking up
radio.
We were picking up
taxis
and the MTA. We were picking up on Park Avenue all the trains leaving Grand Central on the Harlem line going north. So we would hear all like dispatchers and stuff on the soundtrack. I was like, God.
This screening, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the end, and maybe this is a very bright projector, very close to the screen or something, because there's a lot of detail. Different sort of detail when we just sort of do art a few days ago. So it sort of blew out some of the stuff in the screen.